The Jeffrey I know would take care of my kids. The Jeffrey I know will build a business and create multi-millionaires. The Jeffrey I know will make sure that his nieces and nephews and your nieces and nephews had the opportunity to go to school. So the Jeffrey they're talking about, I just don't know that Jeffrey.
Young Thug's legal drama sees no signs of stopping, but recently, a major update has taken place, which has shook the rap industry once again. Many celebrities have chimed in to give their 2 cents on what they think of Young Thug's future after he has applied for bail recently. Jeffrey Lamar Williams, also known as Young Thug, is no typical American rapper. He is the pioneer of mumble rap, a significant figure in hip-hop, and an artist who released numerous successful mixtapes. But like many black rappers, he couldn't escape the tragic fate that awaited him. Challenges came from all directions: a tough childhood in poverty, struggles as a newcomer in the music industry, and most notably, multiple serious charges in 2022 that led to his indefinite imprisonment. Yet, he managed to rise above it all, ensuring his legacy in the rap industry is remembered. Or did he? Well, to find that out, we will have to delve into the intricate details of Young Thug's life. A step-by-step examination of his life will help us pinpoint the exact moment his life took a turn for the worse. Humble beginnings. Born on August 16th, 1991, Young Thug was the 10th of 11 children. With a large family, standing out seemed improbable, yet he always strived to distinguish himself, albeit often through risky means that led to trouble. His upbringing in Jonesboro, a suburb plagued by crime and poverty, compounded these challenges.
He didn't come from, a family that knew how to get him in front of people. Man, these kids were running the streets lost.
His yearning to be different sometimes led him astray. Young Thug confessed to spending 4 years in juvenile prison for violent offenses, including breaking his teacher's arm when he was in 6th grade. His teenage years were tumultuous, marked by struggles with addiction and frequent violence. Such a turbulent childhood often foreshadows similar troubles later in life. Rise to stardom. What many didn't realize was his penchant not only for trouble, but also for forging a new path away from poverty and darker influences.
I'm 19, I like rapping, I like money too.
Determined to find his calling, he began exploring his talents, eventually gravitating towards rap. Starting his hustle in 2010, he couldn't have foreseen it would evolve into one of the most promising careers in music. His first mixtape, I Came From Nothing, reflected his journey from hardship to potential stardom. Success didn't come overnight. It wasn't until 2013, with the release of mixtapes under the label 1017 Thug, that he gained significant attention. This marked the genesis of his rap moniker, Young Thug.
Next thing you know, you're gonna hear about a $10-15 million deal, man, Live. You're looking at it right now, you're looking at a $10-15 million deal, man, in the future, you know what I'm saying?
Achievements. This was just the beginning. Momentum was building. His rise was steady, and he needed consistency and persistence, qualities he possessed in abundance. By 2014, Young Thug burst onto the scene with hits like Stoner and Danny Glover, showcasing his unique sound. Collaborations with T.I. on About the Money and Tyga on Hookah solidified his presence in the rap game. Aligning with Rich Gang, he dropped the mixtape Rich Gang, The Tour Part 1, and secured a solo deal with 300 Entertainment. Subsequent years saw acclaimed mixtapes like Barter 6 and the Slime Season series. In 2017, he topped charts with Camila Cabello's Havana, his first Billboard Hot 100 #1 single. But Young Thug wasn't done. He knew he had a long way to go.
He didn't have a talent at the time that was easily recognizable by the people who were in position. So he kind of had to work a Rubik's Cube to find himself in a position to not only where he could present his art to people, to where the people he was presenting to could actually understand the art he was presenting.
In 2019, his debut album, So Much Fun, debuted atop the Billboard 200, featuring hits like The London and Hot. He continued his chart domination with singles like Go Crazy and Franchise, reclaiming the top spot on the Hot 100 with Way Too alongside Drake and Future in 2021. He followed up with the albums Punk and Business is Business in 2023, both achieving significant success. His label YSL Records also triumphed with compilation albums like Slime Language 2, which topped the Billboard 200. Young Thug's journey is a testament to his talent and relentless hustle in the rap game.
His voice was so distinctive. It was like, wow, this is like something that we've never heard before. So it was like a very interesting style of rap that we had never really heard before.
Young Thug wasn't just about music. His fashion choices often made headlines. Early on, he realized mainstream male fashion didn't suit him, opting instead for daring combinations of male and female styles. His distinctive style and controversial fashion sense sparked rumors about his. Despite claims of being straight, he dated Mariah the Scientist from 2021, but previous engagements, like with Jerica Carle in 2015, ended amid speculation. With 6 children from 4 women, Young Thug projected a family man image, though persistent rumors about kept him in the public eye. I like everything that people say, no matter what they say. You gay, you a punk, you got a nice girlfriend, you're ugly, you can't rap, you're the hardest. The case. Young Thug's life took a drastic turn when legal troubles surfaced to unravel everything he'd built. Accused of founding a dangerous gang, Young Thug faced serious charges in 2022. The indictment alleged Young Thug, Gunna, and 26 others were part of the criminal street gang YSL, Young Slime Life, with ties to national gangs like the Bloods. Young Thug's establishment of Young Stoner Life as a record label in 2016 under 300 Entertainment added to the charges. The case accused them of a range of crimes, including attempted armed dealing, and witness intimidation.
In Atlanta today, we just learned minutes ago.
More charges against the rapper Young Thug.
He is one of 28 people named in a massive gang indictment.
Young Thug was arrested in May 2022 on charges like helping the gang and being part of this criminal racketeering conspiracy. During the trial, other rappers like Gunna and even Young Thug's own brother, known as Unfunk, were involved as co-defendants. For Young Thug, the accusations go beyond mere membership in a criminal street gang. They accuse him of playing a leadership role in YSL, allegedly orchestrating and promoting criminal activities like to enhance the gang's reputation. The prosecution's aim is to prove his direct involvement in these crimes. Initially accused of conspiracy under the RICO Act and gang activity, Young Thug faced additional charges after a 2022 raid. The RICO Act, designed to combat organized crime, broadened the case beyond individual crimes to encompass broader conspiracy allegations against YSL. Despite not being directly charged with, prosecutors alleged he played a role in a 2015 drive-by shooting linked to gang disputes and rap industry conflicts. Allegations included renting the car used in the shooting and providing directions and money to the perpetrators.
Good morning, Mr. Jeffrey Williams. Be aware that on this calendar you are here because you have been indicted under 22 SC 182273 for conspiracy to violate the racketeer influence and criminal street gang activity.
While Young Thug's legal team argued he was unwittingly drawn into disputes between gang members, prosecutors countered with evidence suggesting his involvement in criminal activities. Charges related to illegal firearms further complicated the case, with Young Thug facing a potential sentence of up to 120 years if convicted on all counts. The defense's main argument appears to center on disputing YSL's classification as a gang. They contend that Young Thug is primarily an artist, and that YSL is more of an artistic group than a criminal enterprise.
This is a wrong prosecution, and I will defend him.
You're saying your client is completely innocent.
Mr. Williams is wrongly charged on every single count.
However, several plea deals from YSL members, including admissions of gang affiliation and criminal activities, challenge this defense strategy. Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, emphasized his client's difficult upbringing and maintained his innocence amid allegations of gang affiliation. The trial faced numerous delays and complexities, including incidents like a defendant stabbing and legal challenges related to witness testimony. From jail, Young Thug called attention to issues affecting black artists, urging support for the Protect Black Art petition amid his ongoing trial and incarceration. Hey, how y'all doing? This is Thug. Young Thug himself is heard saying in an audio message at the end of the video, "I just want to say thank you to all my friends and my family for coming out and supporting us. You know, your support during this time means a lot to us. You know, this isn't just about me or YSL. I always use my music as a form of artistic expression, and now I see that black artists and rappers don't have that freedom." Despite legal maneuvers and public statements, including those addressing his artistic expression and the implications for his career, Young Thug remained detained as his trial progressed. Celebs reacting. Online reactions swiftly followed, with controversial rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine among the first to comment on the arrests. Posting multiple photos on Instagram, 6ix9ine made provocative remarks, including suggestions that Young Thug could now be himself, and insinuating potential challenges ahead in jail. 6ix9ine posted a photo collage that included Thugger wearing a leopard blouse next to an image of a man who looks like Young Thug wearing a leather dress and sneakers. "I wish it was fake," he wrote in the caption, along with some cry-laughing emojis. "The jail is about to be crazy for bro." This sparked backlash from many in the rap community, urging YSL not to retaliate against 6ix9ine, cautioning against further escalation. Rapper 42 Dugg faced a similar situation after engaging in a public feud with 6ix9ine. This online confrontation allegedly prompted federal authorities to intensify efforts to locate and apprehend 42 Dugg, who was supposed to report to federal prison on March 12th, but remained at large until late April. The internet dispute played a significant role in escalating law enforcement's pursuit, resulting in 42 Dugg's eventual arrest. The legal proceedings have revealed a long-standing investigation into YSL's activities, sparked in part by conflicts with other rappers such as YFN Lucci, dating back to 2017. These tensions, including public exchanges and social media posts, reportedly drew law enforcement scrutiny and contributed to the unfolding Rico case against Young Thug and Gunna. Lyrics. The case is significant because it's not just about crimes, it's also about Young Thug's lyrics. Prosecutors are using his song lyrics as evidence, saying they talk about gang life and support the gang's activities. His defense argues that his lyrics are just art, not real admissions of crimes, but the court decided to let the lyrics be used as evidence. Prosecutors intend to link his song, You, referencing tick and incidents of to actual criminal behavior. This remains a contentious point, pending resolution by the court. Many rappers did not agree with this notion. My H like Young Thug. Lyrics were an expression of art, and they had no role in explaining anyone's character.
We need to protect freedom of speech, especially when it comes to art.
My art is not a reflection of my character.
Meek Mill was one of the rappers expressing concern over the use of lyrics and artistic expression as evidence in court, and he did so publicly. "Locking us up for rapping got me scared to do an interview. Free Jeff, free Lucci," tweeted the Philly rapper on Friday, November 10th. Metro Boomin, a respected figure in the rap industry, also broke his silence on the Young Thug and YSL Rico case, criticizing the legal strategy that implicated song lyrics as evidence. Metro Boomin highlighted YSL's positive impact as a registered LLC, providing jobs and opportunities, questioning the corporate exploitation of rap lyrics for legal prosecution. In a formal ruling on Thursday morning, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Ural Glanville denied Young Thug's request to ban the lyrics entirely and granted a motion by prosecutors to preliminarily admit them. Glanville noted that prosecutors would still need to establish why they were using them, and that Steele could object during the trial, which is slated to begin with opening statements on November 27th. Judge Glanville held a hearing about the use of lyrics as evidence, a controversial practice that many claim is against the Atlanta rapper's First Amendment rights and has drawn heavy backlash from the music industry and efforts by U.S. lawmakers to stop it. They are targeting the right to free speech, and that's wrong, defense attorney Brian Steele said while blasting prosecutors. They are saying that just because he is singing about it, he is now part of a crime.
It should never be used in courtroom unless the prosecution can show that that lyric is a admission or confession.
In response, the prosecution warned,
"Don't confess to crimes on rap lyrics if you do not want them used. I'm using those lyrics. I'm going to continue to do that. People can continue to be angry about it."
It's an argument that Judge Glanville largely rejected, claiming, "They're not prosecuting your clients because of the songs they wrote," according to the publication. "They're using the songs to prove other things your clients may have been involved in. I don't think it's an attack on free speech." Prosecutor Michael Carlson reportedly urged Judge Glanville to avoid sweeping questions about free speech, claiming the actual issue before the court was not rap lyrics, but proclamations of violence instead. "The issue here is not rap," Michael said of the lyrics, which he claims are highly relevant in this case. "This is not randomly the state attempting to bring in Run DMC from the 80s. This is specific. These are party admissions. They just happen to come in the form of lyrics." But the fact remained. This step started a whole chain of instances where rap lyrics were taken as confessions of crimes rather than an art form.
People are pulling lyrics from people's Instagram and their demo tapes and TikTok, and they're using this as evidence.
Other hindrances. Throughout the pretrial proceedings, including Zoom hearings, unexpected incidents, like a interruption, have occurred, prompting tighter security measures for future court sessions. The legal drama took another turn when one of Thug's defense attorneys, Nicole Fegan, was herself arrested in February 2024 on charges related to a separate gang shooting case in Atlanta. This added another layer of complexity to an already convoluted trial, casting further scrutiny on the legal tactics employed by both sides. That wasn't, however, the only time Young Thug's attorney had landed in trouble. Brian Steele, who is representing the rapper in his Rico trial, was also arrested for contempt of court on Monday. He was taken into custody after he refused to disclose how he obtained information about a private meeting between Judge Earl Glanville and prosecutors. Initially, Brian was ordered to serve a 20-day sentence to be carried out over 10 weekends, as reported by WSB-TV, Fox 5, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Courtroom deputies apprehended Brian when Judge Glanville accused him of having accessed confidential information. "You got some information you shouldn't have gotten," Glanville reportedly told Brian, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. However, the Georgia Supreme Court intervened after Steele filed an emergency motion for bond. The appeal was successful, meaning Steele no longer has to report to jail on Friday, as originally ordered. The decision was met with relief by Steele's attorney, Ashley Merchant, who stated, "We are thrilled that Brian will be home with his family for Father's Day this weekend," as reported by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Following those events, court footage from Fox 5 and WSB-TV showed Brian complying with the court order by removing his suit jacket and tie before being taken into custody. Before being escorted out of the courtroom, he asserted that Young Thug did not wish to proceed with the trial in his absence, stating, "You are removing me against his will, my will, and you're taking away his right to counsel," addressing Judge Glanville directly. The incident leading to Brian's arrest occurred when he confronted Judge Glanville about a conversation between the judge and prosecutors regarding witness Kenneth Copeland. According to reports from Fox 5 and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, he claimed to have learned from prosecutor Simone Hilton that Copeland could be detained until all defendants' cases are resolved, which Brian argued amounted to coercion and witness intimidation. In response to this revelation, a tense exchange ensued between the attorney and Judge Glanville, with Glanville pressing Brian to reveal his source of information. "I still want to know, how did you come upon this information? Who told you?" Glanville demanded, to which Steele replied, "What I want to know is why wasn't I there?" as reported by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Despite protests from Young Thug's other attorney, Keith Adams, Judge Glanville insisted on proceeding with the trial. Bail. Throughout the tenure of the legal proceeding, he has applied for bail and bond multiple times but got rejected. In May 2022, Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, sought bail, citing inhumane conditions in confinement, including solitary confinement without basic amenities like media access or human contact, conditions similar to those Gunna denounced in a social media post. In a motion filed, attorney Brian detailed the harrowing conditions allegedly endured by Young Thug during his incarceration, portraying them as inhumane and dungeon-like. According to Steele, the state of Georgia, through its officials, detained Jeffrey Williams in solitary confinement within a windowless cement compartment. This cell contained only a bed, a toilet, and an overhead light that remained illuminated 24 hours a day, making sleep, rest, or meditation impossible. Moreover, Williams reportedly had no access to any form of media, including TV or internet, and was deprived of opportunities to exercise, shower, or engage in human contact beyond interactions with his legal team. The motion urgently requested either an expedited bond hearing or placement in a more humane environment. Music industry support. Throughout his legal Young Thug received support from the music industry.
The Jeffrey I know would take care of my kids. The Jeffrey I know will build a business and create multi-millionaires. The Jeffrey I know will make sure that his nieces and nephews and your nieces and nephews had the opportunity to go to school. So the Jeffrey they're talking about, I just don't know that Jeffrey.
Their backing underscored broader concerns about artistic freedom and justice, especially within the hip-hop community.
He is a young, successful man himself, but also he is helping more young men and young women.
But a lot of people turned their backs on him too, some very close people. Friends turned enemies. In the days following his initial arrest, additional charges were added, alleging unlawful possession of firearms equipped with converters and extended magazines. Within hours of their arrest, 2 YSL members reportedly cooperated with authorities, potentially securing plea deals in exchange for reduced sentences. Prosecutors portrayed Young Thug as a pivotal figure within YSL, asserting his influence and control over the group. One of the most startling revelations involved YSL Woody, who allegedly turned state's witness against Young Thug, YFN Lucci, and others, offering critical information during his cooperation with law enforcement. This development underscored the intense legal scrutiny faced by Young Thug and his associates. Complicating matters further, Gunna, a close associate of Young Thug, also reportedly cooperated with authorities, potentially providing incriminating evidence. Gunna accepts an Alfred plea, a legal maneuver where the defendant does not admit guilt, but acknowledges that sufficient evidence exists for a conviction, thereby avoiding the necessity of testifying against Williams. This plea deal highlighted strategic negotiations among the defendants and their legal teams. But with that, Gunna made it absolutely clear that taking the easy way out was in no way an admission of all the accusations he had been facing. While I've agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. Other people were also offered way outs. Among those offered plea deals, some have accepted, while others, like Tenquarius Mender, Stunna, have rejected favorable offers, opting to face trial instead. This decision highlights the uncertainty and strategic calculations defendants must consider in such high-stakes legal battles. This revelation sparked widespread reactions within the rap community, with figures like NBA Youngboy and Tekashi 6ix9ine weighing in on the unfolding legal drama. Legal proceedings revealed surveillance footage, purportedly showing Young Thug and co-defendant Khalif Adams engaged in a transaction within the courtroom, prompting allegations of further criminal conduct. However, Young Thug's legal team vehemently denied these claims, asserting his innocence and challenging the prosecution's narrative. The defense strategy took an unconventional turn when Young Thug's social media activity came under scrutiny, with prosecutors suggesting that his tweets contained coded messages instructing YSL members to commit criminal acts.
Prosecutors and DA, they're actually listening. They're watching social media accounts. They're pretty much tracking these artists nationwide.
This allegation added a layer of complexity to the case, highlighting the intersection of social media, rap culture, and criminal law. The courtroom drama has drawn attention not just for its legal twists, but also for what it says about music, culture, and justice. For Young Thug, this trial could mean the end of his career and a long time in prison if he's found guilty. So, as the trial unfolds, everyone is watching closely to see what happens next in this high-stakes legal battle in Atlanta.